Hi, I have another book to share with you today. This one's called Possum, a-Knockin. It's a book that has a rhythm to it, a cadence, and there are spots where the rhyme goes a certain way and then you clap at that spot. And so that rhythm goes like this. Possum come a-knockin' at the door. Possum come a-knockin' at the door. So clap along with me when we get to there. So it starts out, possum come a-knockin' at the door, possum come a-knockin' at the door. Granny was a-sittin' and a-rockin' and a-knittin' when possum come a-knockin' at the door. Ma was busy cookin' in the kitchen making taters when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pa was busy fixin' and a-bangin' and a-poundin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Pappy was a-whittlin' making play toys for the baby when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Sis was tossin' baby while Pappy was a-whittlin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Brother was untanglin' all the twiny line for fishin' when Sis was tossin' baby and Pappy was a-whittlin', and Pa was busy fixin' and Ma was busy cookin' and Granny was a-knittin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Coondog was a-twitchin' and a-scratchin' in the corner when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Tomcat started sniffin' and a-spittin' and a-hissin' when a possum come a-knockin' at the door. What's that? Sis said. Don't know, Brother said. What's that? Pa said. Don't know, Granny said. But that cat, she said, that cat's gotta go. Then Dog started sniffin' and a-pawin' and a-growlin', while the cat, tail a-twitchin', was a-hissin' and a-howlin', making Granny stop a-knittin' and Pappy stop a-whittlin' and Baby start a-fussin', Sis and Brother start a-cussin', 'cause a little old possum was a-knockin' at the door. What's that? Granny said. Don't know, Pappy said. What's that? Ma said. Don't know, Pa said. Then I creeped across the floor and peeked under the door. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door, I said. It's a possum come a-knockin' at the door. Then Brother came a-leapin', and Sis came a-runnin', and Baby came a-crawlin', and Dog started howlin', and Pappy was a-chucklin', and Granny's eyes was twinklin' as Ma followed Pa to the door. Now hush, Pa said. Now hush, Ma said, and slowly Pa opened up the door. Now y'all stop your hollerin', your fussin' and your cussin', 'cause there's nothin' that's a-knockin' at the door. No possum, Pappy said. No possum, Pa said. No possum, Granny said. No possum, Ma said. Then we all started doing like before. Granny was a-sittin' while Pappy was a-whittlin'. Ma was a-cookin' while Pa was a-fixin'. Brother was untanglin' while Sis was tossin' Baby. Coondog was a-scratchin' while Tomcat was a-lickin'. And I was just a-sittin' and a-lookin' out the winder when I saw what I saw scoot up the old oak tree. A possum was a-scootin' and a-scramblin' and a-danglin'. That possum that was knockin' made a fool out of me. The end.